Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this one, we were talking about the NFL preseason for the Week 2 games on Friday here. We got two games, Carolina versus the Giants, Cincinnati versus Atlanta. I noticed they just took some props off the board for Matt Corral and Trevor Siemian, but don't worry, because I wasn't going to go to those anyways, but I think they did bump up Browning, which is kind of a disappointment. I think we just had him at 95. But we're going Bryce Young over here. First game was rough. Obviously, he threw for 21 yards and only threw 6 passes. I think he plays a lot more. I think he could play like a full quarter, maybe even, 3 or 4 different possessions here. They already said he's going to start and play. We just don't know how much. So I'd like him here. I think he has a bounce back game. Giants, not the best pass defense. So I like Bryce Young here. I think he's going to have a really nice game here and get some opportunities. But I also like Browning, and 99.5 is a little high now. I thought it was at 95.5. I think they just bumped it up on me, unfortunately. So look out through the day. They might bump this one back down. But we did see that the Bengals plan to start Trevor Siemian against the Falcons, which is actually good news because that means he's going to have to play against the starters. And the Bengals are 6.5-point underdogs in this game. So that means Browning's going to come in the second half, probably down in the game, throwing a lot, and that will benefit him actually, playing against backups and situations where they're going to have to throw a lot. So I actually like it. Last week, Browning started, Siemian came off the bench, and Siemian did better. We see here, out-yarded him by 26 yards in this one. So I think that we could see kind of a flip-flop situation here. Browning still got 95 yards last game, but I'm going to go with that for my two quarterbacks. So let's lock these in. I forgot here. And I forgot to mention that yesterday we did go 5-0 with our preseason picks, which is impressive for preseason because you're kind of having to guess and make up game scripts of how much these players are actually going to play. So take all these picks with a grain of salt. But definitely check out the last video if you want to see how all those 5 picks came to hit. Also, we're going to use OddsJam for this. It's a really cool tool for player props that you actually get 25% off if you use code Dynamo. Basically, the top one here, Xavier Malone, Prizepicks has him at 15.5 receiving yards. And then another site like Parlay Play has him at 17.5, so it's actually good value here. It's not the best for NFL preseason because not many books have these lines up, but you can get deals on underdog as well. Like Matt Corral, if you like the under on 110.5, might as well play it on underdog because he's at 106.5. So take those things into account. Also sign up for underdog, link down below. You're going to get a 100% deposit match for that one. So moving on, actually one I saw just over there that I am taking also is Javon Wims. He's 27.5 on underdog. But I was already going to take him over here, over 25.5. Looking at Wims in the last game, only caught 2 balls for 23 yards, but had 7 targets, by far the most. No one else broke over 3 targets in the game, so I think they want to get a good look at him and see if he's good enough to make the team. So I think that he's going to be a good pick for us for the third spot, and that's kind of an OddsJam pick as well that you can look at. And also definitely check out the MLB video later. I'll be using OddsJam, but they compare it to so many more sports books. You'll see how useful it is for MLB, and when the NFL season comes, it'll be the same of that. So the next one we're going to is going to be Andre. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name here, but we're taking the over 34.5, which seems high, but another guy, he's a rookie from the Bengals. They drafted him, so they want to see what he can do. He had 10 targets last game, 10 of them. Caught 4 of them for 50 yards. If he sees even close to this amount of targets, should easily get over that 34.5 mark. Pair him with Jake Browning up there, a little game stack, so we love that. And that's going to be the 4th pick. The 5th pick I'm going to go with is going to be a running back. Get you guys a running back pick that we didn't have last game, but I actually really like this one. Godwin. Again, another tough last name, Igwekabuki. Going to take him on the over 27.5 rush yards. I was surprised he was this low because looking at his stat line, he got 13 carries last game, and managed 70 yards and a touchdown. So I think they want to see what else they have in him. I would think that he gets well more carries than Carlos Washington in this one. We may even see a little bit of Bijan Robinson, but I think for just a series or two, wouldn't hurt him too much. I think he can actually get more than 13 carries because they want to see, what they have in him. So I like him on this one over on the rush yards. So if you guys haven't already, try OddsJam out. You get 25% off and a 7-day free trial on OddsJam here. So might as well try it out. It'll be linked down below, and also check out Underdog to take advantage of some of these different lines as well, and you get 100% deposit match free. That'll be linked down below. Let's do a quick recap. We got Godwin over his rush yards, smashed it last time. I think he can do even more carries. And then we got Andre. Bengals got 10 targets, pairing him with Jake Browning on the over of yards. Browning at 99.5, but playing in the second half from behind, I think it's a good spot against backups. Javon Wims, pairing him with Bryce Young here, and Wims got 7 targets, and his receiving yards is only at 25. Bryce Young, I think received bounce back, gets at least 3-4 possessions, maybe even close to the full first quarter. So I'm going with these for my picks. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, subscribe to the channel, check out OddsJam and Underdog as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one.